Now for this one, I thought what we'll do is we'll change the layout, have a look at the actual stamp set we're using on this one. So we're using the half circle, but we're going to just pop them to the side, left and right. So you're starting to create a focal point within the middle if you want to put your sentiment or maybe a topper or maybe a die cut. It's entirely up to yourself. So then what I'm going to do for this one, let's bring in a piece of our stamping card, which comes within the box as well. And what I have done is just trimmed it down to 6.5 inches by 4.5 inches. And I'm going to be using my tri-blend pen. So I'm using my Finesse Alcohol Proof Noir Black, and I've got my stamping mat and my stamping platform too. So let's just pop that one on, and we're going to pop our card into place. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring in the actual stamp set, which is just here. And I'm just going to bring in the stamp that I want. So we're going to bring this one in, and then all that I'm just going to do is just place that into place. And I'm just letting it free fall on its own accord into place, and that will be in the correct area. Then what I'm just going to do is just stamp this over the top, so lightly tapping the ink into place. So we're just giving that a nice coverage. And then what I'm just going to do is if we then just turn that one over, and then what I want to do is just kind of stamp it towards the top left hand corner. And I'm doing that at a bit of an angle. So although the card blank is actually a 90-degree angle, what we're doing is we're just adding that bit of curvature into the top left. And I'm just going to press that one down. So if I've pressed that into place, and then what I'm going to do is just going to turn that one over again, and then we're just going to re-ink it, just adding that colour on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm either going to turn my card around, or I'm just going to turn my stamping platform around. It's whatever you feel easiest. For this one, I'm just turning my stamping platform around, and I'm going to do the exact same on this bottom right hand corner. And once I've got that into place, I'm then just going to press it and just firmly press it just to get that ink onto the cardstock. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to remove that. And now that gives us a perfect stamped image that you can see there. Now that's ready for us to colour in any of our alcohol mediums that we've got from Spectrum Noir or any in your own collection. So then what I'm doing is I'm just going to bring in just a piece of cardstock that I've got here just to lay on top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm bringing in a few of my tri-blends. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using our Dusty Purple blend. I'm going to be using our Hydrangea blend, and we're also going to use the Jade Green shades. So then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pick out, let's go for the Jade Green shades for this one. And then what I'm just going to do is if I just start to, let's start for, I'm also going to use the light green blend for this one as well for some of the leaves. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use the mid-tone for this one. So I'm not going to do the three-tone blend. I'm just going to colour in the leaves. So I'm just laying the colour down. Now, if you like to do any of your shading, then you can be doing that. But don't forget, if you like to do your masking techniques, this is going to work perfectly as well. You've got a nice selection of different stamps within the actual stamp sheet. So incorporate them too if you wanted to. It's entirely up to yourself. But just have a nice play, see what you can come up with, see what you can create, and see the different looks that you can get. So for this one, I'm taking the Jade Green shades, and then I'm just going to pick out some of these foliage parts. So we're just going to pick it out. We're just having a look, seeing the ones I want to colour in, and we're just going to go round and round. We're just going to add that into place, just dotting them, adding that colour, laying it down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Dusty Purple blend. And this one I am going to do just a bit of blending and shading. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to colour in with the lightest tone all the way around. And then I'm going to go to the deepest area. And I'm just going to lay that down just within the centre, just there. I'm then going to flip to the mid-tone. And I'm just going to blend these two out. Just working my way all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is go back to the lightest tone, and then I'm just going to finish that one off. So all that I'll do now is I'll just add a few extra bit of colours, and I'll show you the one that I've already got done at the side of me. So if I bring in some of the Hydrangea blend, and let's go for the mid-tone for this one. And then just where you've got these little berries, now of course colour them in red if you wanted to, but I want to create my own colour look, so I'm just going to dot them into place. So I'm just dotting them down with the tip of my pen, and that just adds a bit of definition as well. And then what we can then do is let's go back to the dusty purple blend, and then you would then finish off colouring this one in. But then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to do just little random dots all the way around. Nothing specific. Don't worry about where you're getting them. If you're getting them in the right place, just add the dots all the way around. So depending on the colours, you know, these could be like little fireflies if maybe you're doing kind of a night theme kind of colour. But then you would just do exactly the same onto the bottom right hand corner. And then what I'm just going to do then is if I just bring in this one that I've already done before. So let's just bring this one in that you can see just here. And this is where I've just added a bit of specks of colour. I've even gone for a lighter tone on this one, but we've just matched it over to the bottom left that you can see just there. So we've got top left and bottom right just there. So then what I'm just going to do is let's move that one to the side. And I've just got my layers. So I'm just bringing in my mats and layers that I've got just here. Now I've got my pattern paper and I've got just some of the green background card already on my 5x7 card blank. Then I'm just going to bring in this finished one. And I've also just brought in a bit of lilac that you can see just here. Just matting and layering that one. So I'm just going to use my dotty tape runner for this one. You could use your full line tape runner if you want. And then I'm just going to pop that one into place just here. So we're just creating that small matting layer. Then what I'm going to do is if I just work my way around, and we're just going to add that on just here. And then you can start to add some extra height if you wanted to using your actual 3D foam pads, your glue gels, but I'm going to keep this flat. So I'm just going to just pop that one into place. Now on the actual stamp set that comes with the butterflies, you actually get a couple of sentiments. So you get just for you, and you also get best. Now best, that works perfectly with the die set that also comes within the box, and the die sentiment says wishes. So all that we're just going to do is marry these together so that we've got best wishes. And all that I've also done using the stamp set and the die, I've just stamped, coloured and die cut 2 of the butterflies. So we can then just layer this one up. So just adding the adhesive onto the back, popping that one just into the middle, and then we're just going to take our sentiment. So if we then just add our sentiment into place, so just using our dotty tape runner, just being careful because it is nice and fine, and then I'm just going to add this one to the side just here. So as we press that into place, so it's all held tightly, I'm just going to add the butterflies. So again, I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back, and then just have a wee bit of fun. Just see where you want to position them, because you can position them down into the bottom as well as the top, or start to lay them upon the flowers if you wanted to as well. So entirely up to you, but let's just add them just onto the card blank towards the bottom. And what I'm also going to do is just using my pokey tool, I'm just going to lift the wings up just to add that slight bit of height to it. And we're also going to do exactly the same with the next one. So we're going to pop that one into place. And the key thing is, well, just so it's pleasing on the eye, if you pop butterflies down, if you have one going in one direction, have the other one going in the opposite direction. It's just more organic to the eye. And then we've also taken some of the gems that also come in the box. And all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pick them up just with my pokey tool. And then what I'm just going to do is pop a small one within the middle of the flowers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the big ones and I'm just going to pop one in each of the 4 corners. And we're just going to just pop them into place just there. So if we pop that one on, and then what we'll just do is take a couple of these medium size, and I'm just going to pop them at the bottom of each large gem, popping that one on, and then let's take this last one just here. And then what we can even do is we've got 2 small ones left. Let's just pop them underneath the best. And then there we go. That's all that we're going to do with that card. We're going to keep it as it is. So there's no height to it other than the wings of the butterflies, which will fold flat. So you've got that nice springtime look, perfect for a nice refreshing time at the end of the year. But then to bring in a few of the others that you can also create, maybe turning it on its side so it's sitting upright and going very autumn colours that you can see here, or fall colours. And then we've got that one, and then we've even got some of the smaller stamp sets within the bundle. So these match those medium ones that I've just used. Simple bit of matting and layering, just a bow from the actual ribbon that comes within the collection, and that's just some of the ideas as to what you can be making with your subscription box.